To create motivation story with two persons' names are Rimesh and Ritesh. Here's a short motivational story with your characters Rimesh and Ritesh. The Race Within. Rimesh and Ritesh were childhood friends from a small village. They studied in the same school, played on the same dusty ground, and dreamed big dreams under the same sky. But there was one big difference between them. Rimesh believed in hard work. Ritesh believed in luck. After finishing college, both decided to prepare for a competitive exam. Rimesh woke up early every day, followed a strict routine, and kept improving little by little. Even when he failed mock tests, he didn't stop. Ritesh, on the other hand, often said, "If it's in my fate, I will succeed." He studied only when he felt like it and spent most of his time waiting for the right mood. Months passed. The exam results were announced. Rimesh had passed with a high rank. Ritesh had failed. Feeling disappointed, Ritesh went to Rimesh and asked, "Why does success always come to you?" Rimesh smiled and replied, "Success doesn't come to me. I go to it every single day." Those words hit Ritesh deeply. From that day, Ritesh changed. He started waking up early, worked consistently, and stopped blaming luck. It wasn't easy, but he kept going. 1 year later, the results came again. This time, both Rimesh and Ritesh had succeeded. Ritesh looked at his friend and said, "You were right. Luck doesn't decide our future. Our efforts do." Rimesh nodded and said, "The real competition was never with others. It was with ourselves." Moral of the story. Consistency and effort always beat luck. Success comes to those who show up every day and keep trying. If you want, I can make it shorter, funnier, or turn it into a speech or video script. Person names are Rimesh and Ritesh. Got it. Here's the corrected motivational story with Rimesh and Ritesh. The Race Within. Rimesh and Ritesh were childhood friends from a small village. They studied together, played together, and shared big dreams about their future, but they had very different mindsets. Rimesh believed in hard work and consistency. Ritesh believed in luck and waiting for the right time. After college, both decided to prepare for a competitive exam. Rimesh followed a strict routine, waking up early, studying daily, and improving step by step. Even when he failed practice tests, he didn't give up. Ritesh often said, "If it's meant to happen, it will happen." He studied only occasionally and spent more time waiting than working. Months passed. The exam results were announced. Rimesh passed with a high rank. Ritesh failed. Disappointed, Ritesh went to Rimesh and asked, "Why are you always successful?" Rimesh smiled and said, "I'm not always successful. I just don't stop trying." Those words stayed in Ritesh's mind. From that day, he changed. He stopped depending on luck and started working hard every day. It wasn't easy, but he stayed consistent. A year later, the results came again. This time, both Rimesh and Ritesh had passed. Ritesh smiled and said, "Now I understand. Success is not luck. It's effort repeated every day." Rimesh replied, "The real competition was never with others. It was with ourselves." Moral of the story. Hard work, consistency, and self-belief can change your life. Luck alone never builds success.